Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm living incognito. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know how you're feeling. So, whenever a curly haired person, I think especially if they're mixed, but whenever a curly haired person comes across another curly haired person, there's this instant, okay, yeah, there are these other topics. This business merger needs to be made, or this you know, thing needs to be saved, but let's talk about hair, right? It's like right away, there's this instant knowledge, like what's your journey been? And I'm so glad that it's different now. My kid had to go to the hospital the other day, and I saw this young woman who was light skinned with like bright red hair, and it was like thick and African. I was like, yes, I just wanted to go over and just like give her a hug and a high five. But for a lot of us who are a little bit older, a lot of people had the same experience that I did, where maybe one parent didn't know what to do with their hair, um, straighten their hair, right? So remember the scalp burning and all of that. And that message is really clear that your hair is not good, that it needs to be fixed. What is natural about you needs to be changed. And it's like one of those things that reinforces that impulse to try and fit in, right? Um, so I'm so glad that there's so many products that are for our hair, that celebrate our hair. It's a big, big journey to see yourself a different way and say, okay, I love this self. And, I'll tell you, I love my mom, but she was a beauty queen, right? And she fit in with the standards of the day. So this is the 60s. So she was a flight attendant, right? And to be a flight attendant in the 60s, creme de la creme, and then to be a beauty queen among those, there was a standard. If you see the graduation photos, and I have one somewhere, um, all the legs are at the exact same angle. The hair is exactly the same. The the little hat is at exactly the same angle. They had the flick test where everybody had to wear a girdle, and you, the man, invariably, I think, would go around, and if a flight attendant wasn't wearing their girdle, if there was any kind of womanly jiggle when they flicked your ass, literally, um, you could be excused from work, right? All of these things you had to get on a scale. You couldn't be above a certain age. You couldn't be married and have this profession. So, she was coming from that world, and she was a champion at that world, right? But then you take it into the rest of the real world, and you have a daughter that does not, um, who's not born fitting all of those things, right? It can get a little difficult, and so I am just really grateful for what all those products communicate too. They want to communicate that they want to make money off of me. I'm not going to fault them that. They got to pay for the kids' college education. But to also have products that let my hair be soft, natural, healthy. We didn't necessarily have that growing up. And not be like straw, it's yeah, I'm freaking grateful. And if somebody is in the middle of nowhere where there aren't those products, I want them to know that these products exist, right? And that they're secretly part of the curly hair club, and that us curlies want you to be in that club, and we welcome you. Thanks for joining this conversation. I'm Jen, and I am living incognito. Join the conversation at the podcast, YouTube, Instagram, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can find all that information at livingincognito.com.